Doing a quick update here, Friday, April 12th, and we got so much stuff going on nonstop that I'm going to have to start daily recording here just to document everything because we have always so many different strains, so many different training techniques. Right now we got this monster crop clone, and we actually took cuttings and got them to root, and they're about to throw out shoots, and we took them from this monster crop clone. Well, this thing was all funny and deformed, and these roots really tough. They actually rooted better than any other cuttings that we've been taking. This one right here was a little tiny little ball that we took, basically just a bud. We got it to root, and last week it threw out this shoot. So we're going to be watching everything over this next couple weeks. Right here we got some cuttings we're trying to clone out. All these cuttings we took here, they don't seem to be doing as well. Hopefully they're gonna actually take root though. These were all taken from this monster crop clone as well. But I think the original ones we took, they definitely did a lot better. These right here, we got 2 White Widow cuttings. There, we've been trying to see if they'll root in water. We used rooting hormone, but it seems to be junk. I don't know if it's the brand that we're using right now or what, but we also tried cinnamon. Didn't have too good of results with that either. And like I said, these things, absolutely no problem to get them to root. So we'll go check everything out upstairs. Usually take a quick peek at this. I'm going to be cutting all these branches. We chopped this down a few days ago, 3-4 days ago. So we're just letting it dry up a bit. We're going to go to trim everything down now. This is what the bud looks like. It's a little bit airy, but other than that, it's loaded with trichomes. And then we got a purple one just like this, but that thing is 10 times frostier. And then in here, we got this one we're going to be pulling out real soon. That was a clone. We gave it a very short period of time to veg, so it's a little bit on the small side. It definitely would have been a lot larger, given it probably just 2 more weeks. But a lot of this is just kind of experimenting for the information and experience here. This right here was a monster crop clone, but we skipped that re-veg and just threw it right under the 12-12. And it stayed small, but the bud on this stuff is literally better than anything else that we've grown. Look how frosty that stuff is. It's really dense bud. You only got a couple leaves to trim off, so I think we're going to do that again. Give it maybe couple weeks in veg, or we'll probably just take larger cuttings. These were very small, and being that they had the 2-week stretch, they got about 10 times the size because we started with very small cuttings. So like I said, we'll take larger cuttings, something probably like 4 or 5 times this size we'll have, and see if it's just as good. But right here we'll be pulling this out so we got more room. These were all started from seed here. We got a White Widow there and a White Widow right here. And this strain right here, I'm definitely grabbing up some more seeds because I started these after all these smaller ones, and this thing just exploded with growth. I took a lot of it off. I just defoliated quite a bit yesterday. Plus, I accidentally snapped a branch off when it was just a little itty bitty baby. So we lost probably like 20-25% of our plant here, but still these things are ginormous compared to these little itty bitty ones, and they've had shorter time to veg. So definitely going to run with these genetics again, that's for sure. Now, other than the White Widow here, these smaller plants, they were all started from seed and they were not feminized. So I did not want to waste a bunch of time vegging them out. So what I did is I just threw them right under the 12-12 here so we could watch to sex them out. This one right here is definitely a female. This one right here is definitely a female, which you could just see the first couple little pistils shoot out right there. And I'm hoping that these other 3 right here are going to be female as well, which if all of them turn out to be female 100%, I'm going to be pretty happy about that. But we got a ton of feminized seeds coming up right now. I just harvested a plant that ended up getting pollinated itself because extreme stress caused by lighting inconsistencies caused the plant to hermy. I decided to keep it and isolate it way far away from these plants here, and we're going to take all the seeds from that plant and we're going to give them a test. I believe they're all going to be feminized. So if you're curious about that, let me know, or make sure you're following. We'll probably try to get that up if we remember. And one of the things we do besides for all the different genetics is different training methods, just to see what's going on. You can see these plants look completely different from one another, so we do just about everything that you could do as far as side-by-side testing, removing lower branches versus not removing them, chopping the top at say above the third set, fourth, fifth set of nodes, low stress, high stress training, all that. So if you want to see all the side-by-sides with different strains and all those different strains being tested with the different methods, this is definitely a channel to be following. Oh, this clone here, look at it. It's pretty frosty compared to the mother, so happy about that. And this plant right here, as I said, with the different training methods, we took this clone and we topped it pretty early, right above the, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth set of nodes. But we keep our light super low at the beginning, as close as we can. We avoid all that stretch as much as possible, being indoors in the tent and that. So this was one of those plants. We kept it super short. We topped it right above the fourth set of nodes. We also did this with another plant. We chopped right above the second set of nodes. And what happens here is the plant shoots out like this. So you don't need that net or to sit there or low stress training, bending your branches every other day, and you just let it go. With the strain here, very minimal on the fan leaves. I didn't even need to really remove anything and that. And you can see we got senescence going on here. So we'll pull off those few leaves as they turn. And we'll be pulling this thing out, I would say, definitely within the next week. And if you're still with us here, we're going to go take a look at the purple indica that we currently got hanging up right now to dry. Which that plant is actually the mother to this little mini plant right here. And like I said, this stuff is amazing. The purple plant, what's cool about it is if you chop it, depending on how you dry it, how fast over that first few days, you could either preserve all of the white crystals covering it, so it's got that white tint to it, or if you slow dry it, this purple dye basically starts leaking out. All of the trichomes fill up, turn basically completely purple. If you don't believe me, we'll actually go take a look real quick. Alright, so we're going to look at how crazy this stuff looks here. Let me zoom in. Now it's hard to pick up the purple color in all the trichomes here zooming in, but when you look with the scope, you could see it for sure. So this stuff is so crazy that after I cut it down, if I rub it on paper, it leaves like purple dye. Also, when you're trimming this stuff, you get purple all over your scissors or your clippers. So I got a couple videos or shorts showing this stuff, and it looks absolutely insane. So after this video, if you want to check that out, you can see what this looked like a few days ago. This is the green indica stuff here, which I still gotta trim it, but look at that stuff. I mean, frosty, huh? Right before we go look at the actual mother purple plant, we're going to take a look at some of the trim here. This is what the trim looks like. And this was the first trim, so most of this is like the fan leaves. And we're going to be doing the sugar leaves. We're going to process it, I think. But look at that. Tell me that's not insane for just being the trash, huh? And this is the mother right here, the purple plant. And look at this stuff. Should turn on more light, but we got it drying, so I want to keep it out of the light. But man, I cannot wait to see what this stuff is like once we finish drying and curing it. So I just cut off a couple little buds here, the green and the purple indicas. I'm going to chop them up, let them dry, and taste them. But look at that stuff. Tell me you're not interested to know how this stuff smells, tastes, and smokes. And then this one here is the one that we stressed out to the point it grew bananas and then self-pollinated itself. So we decided to finish the run. We just brought it, separated it and that, and hopefully these seeds are all going to be feminized. So if you guys are curious how all this stuff turns out, or all the new stuff we're going to be starting, you know what to do. Simple as clicking that subscribe button, guys. And I appreciate anybody and everybody that's hitting that like. It really helps, guys.